Hi YouTube, Trev here, Something or Nothing. Up on Sheepstor, you may have seen the video. Bit of a different video today, some tips on how to keep warm. You lot might think I'm doing it all backwards, in which case, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already watched our videos, please subscribe. We're slowly but surely learning. One of our viewers messaged me on the Facebook group, Paul Elmore, and asked if I could do a little bit of a video where I discuss tips for keeping warm. First of all, it goes into preparation. So I sort of went through my bag back at home before I come out. This is all the stuff I packed in my bag, bearing in mind that it's winter and I'm camping. So let's have a look at that. What up YouTube? It's Trev here, Something or Nothing. Bit of a different video today. What I pack to keep warm when I go on a winter camp. So it's a bit of a packing video. But anyway, this is my gear here. First of all, let's go into clothing. Obviously, a nice thick pair of socks is always essential. These socks are brilliant. These are hiking socks from Carramore, bought from Sports Direct. I think there was 3 pairs for about a tenner, and I've had them now for about 18 months. And they're still as elastic as the day they started. They fit really well. They keep your feet really warm. So they're my go-to hiking socks. A hat, nice thermal insulated hat to keep your head warm. You lose a lot of heat from your head. If you do get cold in the night, you can just tuck your hat on. Hiking trousers, tough, endurable trousers. I wear a hoodie and breathable T Shirt, and I have another fleece. So I put my breathable T Shirt on, a fleece over the top of that. This one here is a Gillette fleece. It's quite light, but really good insulator, that. And then my hoodie goes on over the top of that, and that's what I wear. And then just to be on the safe side, always take your rubbers. So I've got my pack of Mac, my pack of trousers, ready to go. When you walk in, it's one thing, keeping warm. When you stop, it's another. So this is where this lot comes in. Essential to have your layers. I've got another pair of socks, which I'm going to just stick on over the top of my other socks to keep my feet warm. So I'll wear 2 pairs of socks, should it be cold. And then I've got another spare pair of socks, should mine get wet at all. This is the most important part, my thermals. So I've got thermal trousers and a thermal long sleeve top. So I will layer up eventually. You don't have to layer up straight away. I like to sort of layer up as the evening progresses. The sort of cold creeps in when you're lying around and you're not doing anything as well. So every now and again, I sort of do a load of sit-ups in my bed, and that will just help to warm me up. Also helps to warm the tent up, get some of your body heat into the tent. Always put a base layer on when it's really winter. I haven't got it on now. I never put it on straight away. I like to have layers on, but have layers that can go on as well if I get cold. So there's another level of sort of insulation to put on next. And then I take me big woolly jumper. A lot of the time I end up not wearing this until the morning, just when I get up and go out, and then it's often a second rate pillow. But all of that goes into a waterproof bag. Another Carramore product. Again, Sports Direct is a great place to go for cheap gear, and Carramore is quite a good make, to be honest. I've got Carramore boots, socks, gloves. So these here are running gloves. So sort of like really thin, but they keep your hands warm, and they're good for being able to do stuff in those gloves. If you need your hands, they're great. You can feel what you're doing. And I've also got a pair of thermal gloves, also bought from Carramore. The thermals will really keep you warm when you stop, so I like to just put them on if I get cold hands. It helps to warm them up. And also, I've got hand warmers here. I've never used them. I've always carried them. I haven't never used them at the moment, so I don't know what they're like. They was also Carramore. So that's my clothing. That's what I'm wearing. That's what I'm going to pack into that bag. So we're going to the sleep set now. Let's have a look in my bag here. Right, so in here, some food tucked down here to the side. Then I've got waterproofs, which I always keep sort of fairly close to the top because you might need them. And they was tucked on the other side with my jet boil. They go down the side, and then my clothes in my waterproof bag there. Then I've got my inflatable roll mat, which will go with me Thermarest. First thing I lie down is my Thermarest Ridgerest sleeping bag. Now it's been rolled up, so it's going to keep doing that. So what I have to do then is just roll it back the other way. And then you see, lay straight. Then on top of that, I put my Nature Hike inflatable mat. You lose a lot of heat through the ground of your tent, which is why in the winter, double up your layers. Straighten that out. There, now that's nice and comfy. Then I've got my Vango 4-season sleeping bag. I'm someone who feels the cold anyway, so I've bought a couple of sleeping bag liners. These are only cheap ones. I'm sure you can get a decent one, you wouldn't need two, but these are just like poly cotton. If you can see, they're packed into my sleeping bag, so it'll all roll up in one and it saves on space. As you can see, my sleeping bag isn't packed into its bag, and that's another tip for keeping your thermal insulation of your sleeping bag, is to keep it unfolded until you need it. So literally that remains unfolded on top of my cupboard until the day I need it, and then I pack it in its stuff sack and then it sits in the bottom of my bag. Now this is the culprit for taking up most of my room, my sleeping bag. It's huge. Look at that. It's about misshapen as my backpack, isn't it? A lightweight 4-season sleeping bag is something that I'm going to look out for, but I know they're quite expensive, so at the moment I'll make do with the Latitude 300. Another way I could keep in heat is to have hot food, and I've still got a Wayfarer's all-day breakfast there, which will give me lots of sustenance. Eating hot food, drinking hot drinks is always good to keep you warm, and it's good to sort of, I always save a meal for the last moment really, before I go to bed. Sort of an hour before, but it just gives you something warm inside you to sort of heat you from the inside when you're going to sleep. Coffees, chocolates, cappuccinos, all that sort of thing, just to, it sort of kills the time as well, doesn't it, eating. All this food I keep in a carrier bag. There's no point putting it into containers because that just takes up space and is quite heavy, bulky. And then I've got rum for a nightcap. Always take me a little hip flask of rum. All that as well will be cooked, not the rum, but the food, cooked in me jet boil. I take me a bottle of water and my soya squeeze for filtering water. You can see I've got these two sort of squeeze bottle pouches, water pouches. I might even fill up another one of those just so I've got double the water so I don't have to get out. So that's my food. To survive the night, I'm going to take my phone and this Pebble charger. This is brilliant. It charges up. You could probably charge a phone about 4 times on that, so that'll be plenty enough to keep me going overnight. This is a godsend. This was a purchase of Nafe's, that he's gone and got a bigger and better one, a solar one, but he's given me that and I use it all the time. It's brilliant. Of course, it's always necessary to take a headlamp. So I've got my headlamp there, and in my camera bag I've got spare batteries for that one as well. So that was it. That's a look at my gear. They're all going to go into this bag over here. Doesn't look like it'll fit at the moment, but you know it's magic when you can make stuff fit in there. So on the weekend, hopefully I'll have all that in that bag. I'll be camping on my own in the wind up on Dartmoor. But for now I'd better clear all this crap off of my bed before my wife comes home. So thank you for watching and goodbye.